The top dog, I know these niggas all want my position. Cause I'm putting up numbers like a statistician. The king back like LeBron when he returned to Cleveland. Time to spread the bag around, make sure we all eatin'. Heard some niggas think they got us, guess we all even.
Here we go, another incident with a mother and missing kids, and then she's found in Hawaii with her new husband. So we'll listen to it and talk about it.
A search for 2 children from Idaho has taken an alarming turn. Their parents are now missing too, and the FBI thinks the kids are in serious danger. 7-year-old Joshua J.J. Vallow and 17-year-old Tylee Ryan haven't been seen for 3 months. Police believe their mother, Lori Vallow, and stepfather, Chad Daybell, could have answers if they can be found. Investigators say the children's disappearance could be connected to the death of Daybell's former wife. Errol Barnett is following this story. Errol, bizarre doesn't even begin to describe this story.
You're
right
absolutely
now.
right. It's bizarre. There are twists and turns, and police now are asking for anyone's help who may have information. So listen up, you may know something. Police say the parents were uncooperative when trying to find the children, and that was before the parents vanished. This is J.J. Vallow, singing on a bus with his grandfather 6 months before he disappeared. The 7-year-old with autism and his sister, Tylee Ryan, were last seen in Rexburg, Idaho on September 23rd. Investigators only discovered they were missing when another case was cracked wide open. A librarian in town, Tammy Daybell, died in her home October 19th. She was initially thought to have died of natural causes, but in a later investigation, the local sheriff's office determined her death might be suspicious. Her body was exhumed for an autopsy, and those results are pending. Her widower, Chad Daybell, got remarried within just a few weeks to a woman named Lori Vallow, the mother of the missing children. And in the course of investigating Tammy Daybell's death, police were made aware of the missing kids. Concerned relatives reached out to police after not hearing from JJ for weeks. Investigators performed a welfare check at Lori Vallow's home in late November, and according to police, she and Chad Daybell said JJ was staying with a family friend in Arizona. But when investigators returned the next day with search warrants, Vallow and Daybell were gone.
I don't know why they're doing what they're doing. It doesn't make any sense.
According to local TV station KSTU, Brandon Boudreaux used to be married to Lori Vallow's niece and even baptized Tylee Ryan. He says Vallow and Daybell have cult-like religious beliefs, and he feels that may be playing a role.
I don't know what happened to those kids. I know that there's people who do and they're not talking.
And I know it's tough to follow, but there's more. Investigators are also reportedly looking into Lori Vallow's ex-husband's death. Her ex-husband was killed by her brother. That brother is now also dead. Police are urging anyone who may know about the whereabouts of the missing children to immediately call 911. This is a case stretching from Utah to Arizona, and as you've just seen, very complicated.
I mean, it sounds like a 48-hour mystery, and
it is.
There's so many layers to it.
And the missing children at the center of all this. The young boy has autism, and police are imploring everyone, the FBI is involved in this as well, to contact the Center for Missing and Exploited Children if you know anything that's connected to this mystery.
Just chilling.
Absolutely
Absolutely chilling.
Just want those kids to be okay.
Right, absolutely.
Thank you, Errol, very much. Appreciate it.
I hate to say this, but this does not sound like the children are okay. And quite frankly, I believe that the parents know exactly where these children are. The mere fact that they weren't in cooperation and all of this activity is going on, I don't know what kind of crazy cuckoo chicken coop these people come up out of. As we can see, they exist, and there's more than one sets of them. This is definitely a trick-or-treat demon at play here, and like I said, these parents know exactly where these children are. And what's even more sad, it's sad period, children to have such a misfortune, but the fact that one of the children was autistic, that is really sad. They're already helpless as children, and then they've got a little problem, which autistic children, by the way, are very special and very smart. They're a different kind of smart. They are really amazing children. They still have their issues or their hindrances. So you can't imagine the terror that could have went on. We don't know what's going on, but I can tell you, you know what? Sometimes They're saying, you know, I don't know what's going on and why this will happen. You know exactly what the hell is going on. These two people are crazy and they did something with these kids. You don't have to know the ins and the outs, to where, what time, and how they did it, where they did it, when they did it. What you know is they probably did it. That's what I think. I could be wrong. And I hate to accuse people, but that's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's a lot of the crazies tied up. Like I said, I don't know what kind of chicken coop that these people came out of, but it's a lot going on in this story. It almost so to you just be like, what the hell, and just want to put it down for another day, because if you let it, they'll confuse you. But I'm going to tell you what's going on. They did something with them kids, and it's going to come out. I don't know how it's going to come out, but it's going to come out. There's too many people having kids that don't want them. Stop having kids that don't want it. It's people that want kids that can't have them. If you get in a situation that you become pregnant, you don't want to keep the kids, find somebody who can't have kids that want kids. But first of all, you should really be protecting yourself. You should go ahead and rip out your reproductive organs if you don't want them and you don't want to utilize them. Now, I know technically doctors want you to have a couple of kids and really be married before they go ahead and sterilize you as a female. You keep pressing enough, they'll do it. I'm sure if you act crazy enough, you know, if I had these kids, I'm gonna kill them. So what you gonna do, doctor? I think they might feel obligated to do something about it. I mean, sometimes we just have to be honest. Sometimes we need to let the crazy out, because it's gonna come out whether you want to or not, willingly or unwillingly. And the crazy has reared its ugly head. Okay, and see, these people, they have the nerve to get down and reproduce. It's unbelievable. We don't want it, we don't need it, but it's gonna come out. You guys go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments.
He came at me with the bat again after he'd already hit me in the head, so I shot him to stop him.
More details are emerging about one of the deaths surrounding the disappearance of Joshua J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan. The Idaho siblings were both living in this house when their uncle, Alex Cox, shot JJ's father, Charles Vallow, to death in July, cops say. Cox says he acted in self-defense.
911, where is your emergency? I got in a fight with my brother-in-law and I shot him in self-defense. Okay, let me get the medics on the phone.
The children's mother, Lori, can be seen approaching police as they question Cox. Cox was not charged in the incident. A little more than 2 months later, 7-year-old JJ and 17-year-old Tylee disappeared in Rexburg, Idaho on September 23rd. Now, the FBI and police are frantically searching for the two children who they believe are in serious danger. But their mother, Lori Vallow Daybell, and her new husband, Chad Daybell, aren't helping investigators find them, police say. Chad and Lori Daybell have been named persons of interest in the case, but no arrests have been made. Lori's son is now pleading for his mother to bring his siblings home.
You have the power to end this. You have an opportunity to put this all to rest. I know that it's hard maybe for you. Maybe it's something you don't want to do. I don't know. I really, really want to see Tylee and JJ. I really want this to be over.
JJ and Tylee's grandparents are offering a $20,000 reward to help find them. Charles Vallow's death is just one in a web of deaths surrounding the family that are troubling police. Alex Cox, the man who shot Charles, died in December. Both deaths are under investigation. Chad's wife, Tammy Daybell, died at home in Idaho in October, and her death is also under investigation. Lori and Chad married a few weeks later, and so far, they haven't said where the kids are.
We have been contacted by his attorney, and that was a couple of weeks ago. And his attorney was letting us know that any communications would be through him, and that there wasn't any at the time.
In a previous statement, the Daybell's attorney said, Chad Daybell was a loving husband and has the support of his children in this matter. Lori Daybell is a devoted mother and resents assertions to the contrary. We look forward to addressing the allegations once they have moved beyond speculation and rumor. But with the children missing for nearly 4 months, their relatives just want to bring JJ and Tylee home. Colby pleaded with his mom to make that happen.
I can't even fathom that this is happening to our family. I grew up with you. I grew up with Tylee and JJ as my siblings. We grew up in a family. I grew up with stepbrothers and a stepdad. Like, we had a life, and it seems like that life never existed at this point.
Anyone with information about the children is urged to call the Rexburg Police Department or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. This is InsideEdition.com.